I am assessing the impact of the Snowy Mountains scheme on Australian culture. The Snowy Mountains scheme influenced technology and belief systems. The scheme happened between 1949 and 1974. Overall, its impact was significant as it impacted and influenced Australia's development of technology and multiculturalism. The Snowy Mountains scheme consisted of 8 power stations, 16 major dams, 145 kilometers of interconnected tunnels and pipelines, and 80 kilometers of aqueducts. It was nominated as one of the engineering wonders of the world by the American Society of Engineers in 1967. During the late 19th and 20th centuries, there was a need for water to supply irrigation and water supply needs. This caused the Murray and Murrumbidgee rivers to undergo development and control to meet those needs. The Snowy River wasn't being used for water supply, power, or irrigation, but it was theorized that it could be used for that purpose. Following World War II, governments of New South Wales, Victoria, and South Australia all suggested for the use of the Snowy River to meet the demands. In 1949, the official launch of the Snowy Mountains scheme began. From left to right is the Prime Minister, Ben Chifley, the Governor-General William McKell, and the Minister for Works and Housing, Nelson Lemon. So thus began the construction of the Snowy Mountains scheme in 1949 until it was accomplished in 1974. Before the construction of the Snowy Hydro, Snowy Mountains scheme, there was only encouragement of white or British immigrants, and Australia was very racist with the White Australia policy. However, after construction began, they needed workers badly. Over 100,000 people worked on the construction of it from more than 30 countries. This caused one major change in Australia's view on migrants. Another important impact was how much safety they introduced. For example, the Snowy Mountains Hydroelectric Authority made wearing of seatbelts compulsory in all vehicles in 1960, a decade before the rest of the country. They also adopted safer engineering practices from international standards, as well as introducing the development of rock bolting. Rock bolting is a much safer and cheaper way of supporting rock in tunnel walls than concrete lining. The impact of the Snowy Hydro was significant, as it impacted and influenced Australia's development of technology, specifically engineering and multiculturalism. It affected many Australians as it provided a more consistent way of producing power, as well as water and irrigation water. It also affected many foreigners as it welcomed them to living in Australia. However, some people believe that they could have considered how bad it was for the environment, such as 16 major dams displacing a whole lot of animals from their habitat, as well as dumping millions of tons of rock into local catchments. Overall, I believe its importance was crucial in shaping Australia into a multicultural society.
LaMelo has Ayton in the crosshairs. Just a blow by.